Hi, myself Apurva Jyoti. Today we are going to learn about peninsulas, islands, bays and gulfs of Europe. Sea coast of Europe is jagged. Jagged in the sense rough or sharp points. Sharp points. In several places, it appears that has cut deep into the land, as in the case of Baltic Sea. In several places, you can see that sea is cutting deep into the land, as in the case of Baltic Sea. Here you can see the map which I have posted, Baltic Sea, which you can see that sea is cutting into the land there in the map 3 which I have posted down. A part of the land has stretched far into the sea, as in the case of Italy. Part of the land which is there, it is stretching in far into the sea, as in the case of Italy. If you see Italy in the map 2 which I have posted, Italy is stretching going into the water, sea. The land is stretching into the sea water, where in the map 3 you can see Baltic Sea. That Baltic Sea is stretching into the land. Sea is entering into the land. Next point. Actually, now what is peninsula? A land mass that are surrounded by sea on three sides, connected to the mainland on the fourth side. Land which is there, the area, a land mass which is covered by three sides water. Three sides it is covered with water, and to the one side, if you have land, that area is called, that landmass is called as peninsula. Peninsula is that the land which is covered with three sides water and one side land is called peninsula. Example of this is Italy, as you can see in the map which I have posted there, map 2. See there, Italy is covered with water on three sides, to the east, west and north, and to the other part you have land mass, that brown shaded part, Italy. Norway and Sweden are also a part of peninsula. So not only Italy, Norway and Sweden which are there, they are also part of peninsula. Down map you see Norway and Sweden which are there, they are also a part of peninsula. Means there also you can see they are covered with three sides water and one side land. Now coming to the next point, this peninsula is also called as Scandinavian Peninsula. The peninsulas which are there, these Norway and Sweden, are also called as Scandinavian peninsulas, which you can see in the map there on the top, in the map 3 which I have posted. Scandinavian ranges, there you can see Scandinavian peninsulas. All the three sides it is covered with north, east and west, and one side, to one side you have land there. Islands. What are islands? Island, peninsula means three sides covered with water and one side land is called peninsula, whereas island means all the four sides covered with water is called as island. All the four sides, if you have sea, then that landmass is called as an island. Example, Great Britain. Great Britain also you can see here in the map. UK is, in the UK you have Great Britain. The sea has played an important role in the lives of the people of these islands and peninsulas. So, the sea which is in Europe, it plays an important role in the lives of the people who are near to these islands and peninsula. How are they important to the people? How are these seas important to the people who are living in peninsulas and islands? Are Central and southern Europe, central, middle part and southern part of Europe, which is there, is largely mountains. They are covered with full of mountains, as we have seen in the last video. Travel and transport is not easy, and it is very expensive, as you cannot travel through mountains. It is very difficult to travel and transport the things, and it is very difficult and very expensive, very costly. So these Europeans started using the sea route, as this sea route transportation or travel is easy and less expensive. They started traveling through these sea routes from the ancient times, from the olden times. They are using the sea route for carrying the goods and traveling purpose, means taking the people going from one place to another, goods, transporting the goods and all. Presence of bays and gulfs also has facilitated the use of sea routes. See, not only helping the people with sea transportation, the seas are helping the European people for travel and transportation, but for that bays and gulfs are also being played an important role. They are also helping, they are also playing a major role to support the sea route. How are they supporting? How are the bays and gulfs helped in transportation or traveling purpose for the European people? Will see. In bays, the land curves inwards and mouth of the bay is wide like Bay of Bengal. Actually, first we need to know what are bays and gulfs. Bays are nothing but land curves inwards and mouth of the bay is wide like Bay of Bengal. Like Bay of Bengal, which has wide mouth, big mouth, land curves inwards, means into the sea. The mouth will be into the sea and it will be wide. Whereas gulfs, if you see, the narrow inlet will be into the land. Gulf, for the gulfs, the mouth will be narrow, small, and it will be into the land. The gulfs are stretching into the land. If you see here, in the map, if you see Baltic Sea, it is stretching into the land. The sea is stretching into the land with the narrow mouth, small, right? If you see like Italy and all, it is stretching into the sea with the wide mouth, like that. Bays are nothing but the land curves which are inwards into the sea with wide mouth. Gulfs are with narrow, small mouth which are stretching into the land. Gulfs into the sea, bays into the land. Gulf is a narrow inlet and has a narrow mouth like Baltic Sea, means gulfs has narrow mouth, small mouth, and it is stretching into the land, means going inside the land. Sea is slowly started stretching into the land, going into the land, coming inwards the land. They protect from storm of high seas. These land of these gulfs and bays protect from storms which are coming from the high seas, which are due to the high seas, storms which are coming. They protect the people from these high storms, like heavy storms. They are very useful for building harbors where ships can be safely anchored and cargoes loaded or unloaded. These bays and gulfs are also used for building harbors where ships can be anchored there, means can be safely kept there. They can keep the ships there, and cargoes which are there, which brings the goods, can be loaded and unloaded, means the goods which are brought can be emptied there, means taken out of those cargoes, and again if we want to send any goods, we can load into those cargoes and send. Deep gulfs and bays are preferred for building harbors as large ships can be anchored in them. So deep gulfs and bays are very useful for building harbors as large ships can be anchored there, means kept there. Ships need deep water so that their bottom do not touch the sea floor. See there, ships need deep water. These ships which are there, they need deep water. Why do they need deep water, more water? Because the bottom of the ship should not touch the sea floor. If they touch, there may be an occurrence of accidents or blast in the ships and all. So if there is large number of water, the ships can flow easily and they do not touch the floor of the sea, and there will be no accidents or any disasters there. Thank you.